Have you ever missed a place more than a person? An old porch faced the Wilson farm. Beneath the fading sky, we'd sit and watch the cattle move as the evening rolled by. Back when time moved slower and hearts were young and free. On the porch across from Wilson's farm, the whole world felt right. Just a rocking chair and a sunset sky fading into night. On the porch across from Wilson's farm, that's where I still wanna be. The crickets sang their summer song, the screen door creaked along, an old radio played country tunes, and we all sang along. The years may keep on turning, but some things never leave. On the porch across from Wilson's farm, the whole world felt right. Just a rocking chair and a sunset sky fading into night. On the porch across from Wilson's farm, that's where I still wanna be. I've seen cities, I've seen highways, I've chased a dream or two, but nothing shines as bright to me as that familiar view. On the porch across from Wilson's farm, the whole world felt right. Just a rocking chair and a sunset sky fading into night. On the porch across from Wilson's farm, that's where I still wanna be. On the porch across from Wilson's farm, waiting peacefully, where the sunset always waits for me. Have you walked that dusty road where the cotton fields begin? Morning sun on worn out boots, just like way back then. The mockingbird was singing low above the fence of pine. You looked at me, I looked at you, and life was doing fine. Simple days are hard to find, but they never leave your mind. Meet me where the cotton grows, where the old wind softly blows. Leave the city, leave the noise, back where simple hearts rejoice. The tractor rolled, the church bell rang, across the open land. never dreamed those little days would slip right through our hands. The river bends the same old way. The sky is wide and blue. Every sunset brings me back to one more day with you. Love grows stronger over time, like an old familiar rhyme. Meet me where the cotton grows, where the old wind softly blows. Leave the city, leave the noise, back where simple hearts rejoice. If I could turn these years around, I'd never let you go. I'd stay forever in those fields, watching sunsets glow. Meet me where the cotton grows, where the old wind softly blows. That's the place my heart still knows, where the cotton fields begin. I'll meet you there someday. Do you hear those church bells now, floating through the pines? Sunday clothes, daddy's old hat, simple, precious times. Mama smiled, you squeezed my hand, let sunlight fill the room. Every prayer felt strong enough to chase away the gloom. Faith grows quiet, faith grows deep in the promises we keep. When the church bells ring again, I'll be standing there with an open heart and a whispered prayer. When the church bells ring again, the wooden pew still knows our names. Those seasons came and went. The stained glass shines the same old way, like heaven's own content. The preacher's words still warm my soul, like they always did. Some things never grow too old, no matter where we've lived. Every mile leads me home. I was never meant to roam. When the church bells ring again, I'll be standing there with an open heart and a whispered prayer. church bells ring again. If these roads have made me tired, Lord, just let me see one more Sunday morning with the ones who believed in me. When the church bells ring again, I'll be standing there with an open heart and a whispered prayer. When the church bells ring again, home is where the bells still ring. Do you remember that baseball field behind the school, where summer seemed to last and life felt simple too? The grass was patchy, the fences leaned a little low, but to us kids, it was the finest place we'd know. The scoreboard barely worked most Friday nights, and fireflies arrived before the final lights. The whole town gathered in those weathered stands, cheering every swing and every chance. Those little victories meant everything back when we were chasing bigger dreams. That baseball field behind the school still lives inside my heart. Though the seasons change the town, the memories never part. Coach Williams wore the same old faded cap and always kept a scorebook in his lap. He taught us more than how to throw and run. He taught us how to finish what we'd begun. The snack stand sold cold sodas by the gate, and nobody seemed worried running late. The stars would shine above the county sky, while another summer quietly passed by. The years moved faster than we ever knew, but those nights still feel true. That baseball field behind the school still lives inside my heart. Though the seasons change the town, the memories never part. Funny how a simple patch of ground can hold the best years that we found. And every time I drive back through, I see those boys we once all knew. That baseball field behind the school still shines beneath the stars, holding all those summer nights exactly where they are. waiting in the corners of every yesterday. And I still hear the crowd when the evening wind blows. Is that old porch light still shining for someone tonight? It welcomed every friend who came. It softly called us both by name. A rocking chair, an open door. We didn't need much anymore. Some lights never fade, even after goodbye. Leave the porch light burning like you always did. Home is more than walls. It's the love we live. Every little memory still shines so bright, waiting by our favorite porch lights. Summer nights and fireflies, laughter underneath the sky. Coffee cooling on the rail. Every story still remains, though the years move on. Love remembers well. If these old roads bring me home, I'll know just where to start. That little porch has always been the doorway to my heart. Leave the porch light burning like you always did. Home is more than walls. It's the love we lived. Every little memory still shines tonight, waiting by our favorite porch light. Somewhere that light is still waiting. Who carved your name into that old fence rail? The paint is faded through the years, but not the laughter, not the tears. That little mark still catches light, like yesterday in morning bright. Some names remain long after goodbye. Your name on the fence rail still speaks to me, like the river running free. Though time moves on, cattle graze beyond the hill. The old barn stands so quiet still. I close my eyes and see your smile, waiting there another while. Love grows old, but never leaves. If these hands could turn back time, I'd write my name beside yours again, right there beneath that country sky, like we'd never reached the end. Your name on the fence rail still speaks to me, like the river running free. I'll carry that old memory anywhere I roam. Your name on the fence rail will always lead me home. Some names never wash away. Will you meet me by the grain silo one more time? The harvest moon was shining bright. We stayed there talking half the night. Two young hearts with nowhere to go, watching quiet fields below. Some promises never disappear. Meet me by the grain silo, where the summer breeze still blows. If love remembers anywhere, that's the place it always goes. I'll be there when daylight fades. Meet me by the grain silo, like the good old days. The pickup parked beneath the stars, the sound of crickets carried far. Your hand was warm inside of mine, like we'd borrowed endless time. Though seasons change, love stays the same. I've walked 100 highways, I've seen 1,000 towns, but nothing feels like coming back to that little patch of ground. Meet me by the grain silo, where the summer breeze still blows. If love remembers anywhere, that's the place it always goes. When heaven calls us home someday, I know just where I'll go. Meet me by the grain silo, where forever softly grows. I'll be waiting, who sits in Grandpa's rocking chair these days, watching the sunset paint the fields in shades of amber light across the county line, just like he did almost every night. That chair still rests beside the front porch rail, facing the road that winds beyond the veil, where he would wave at every passing truck and smile like life had brought him enough. Some folks leave more than photographs behind. They leave their wisdom in our minds. Grandpa's rocking chair still sways in my memory today. Though he's gone, I still can hear his voice when I sit right here. He taught me how to mend a broken fence, how to tell when rain was coming in. He'd point toward the clouds and softly grin, like he had known the weather all along. The old radio played country every night, while fireflies danced beneath the porch light. And every story he would tell again somehow sounded better in the end. The older that I get, the more I find his lessons standing by my side. Grandpa's rocking chair still sways in my memory today. Though he's gone, I still can hear his voice when I sit right here. Time keeps moving like a river wide, but some people never leave our lives. They're in every sunset's golden glow, and every road we choose to follow. Grandpa's rocking chair still sways through the passing years, though the porch grows old with time. His presence still feels near. Grandpa's rocking chair still sways beneath the evening sky, and every gentle creak it makes feels like one more goodbye. The chair keeps rocking slowly in the fading light. evening shadows fall by the window in the parlor of the house beyond the hall. A gentle tune, a fading sound, still turns my world around. The piano by the window plays the days we used to know. The piano by the window won't let those memories go. Mama loved those old-time melodies. She'd play them every night while the fire danced softly and the moon lit up the white. Though the room is standing still, I can hear those echoes yet. The piano by the window plays the days we used to know. The piano by the window won't let those memories go. Every key holds yesterday, every note still finds its way. The piano by the window keeps her close somehow. The piano by the window, and I can hear it now. Some songs never leave the room. Do you remember seeing that smoke rising through the morning sky from Johnson's mill out by the river, where the days roll slowly by? A little town, a familiar sight, that smoke from Johnson's mill meant everything was right. Another day was starting in the soft Tennessee light. That smoke from Johnson's mill still drifts through my mind. Men would gather by the loading dock before the whistle blew, talking crops and fishing spots and the things they plan to do. Simple days, simple lives, that smoke from Johnson's mill meant everything was right. Another day was starting in the soft Tennessee light. That smoke from Johnson's mill still drifts through my mind. Now the mill is gone forever, chimney stands alone. But every time the fog rolls in, it almost feels like home. That smoke from Johnson's mill still rises in my heart, like a piece of old America that never fell apart. That smoke from Johnson's mill still drifts through my mind, and the river keeps flowing past where it stood.
Who remembers the smell of biscuits rising before the church bells rang? Mrs. Allen lived on Maple Hill, in a house with peeling white, with geraniums in coffee cans and curtains clean and bright. Every Sunday after preaching, when the choir books were closed, she'd set out ham and garden beans where the honeysuckle grows. There were muddy boots by the back screen door, kids laughing down the hall, and no one left her table hungry, no one felt small. At Mrs. Allen's Sunday table, there was grace in every chair. Love came past in a chip blue bowl, and everybody found some there. Her husband died one winter when the creek froze hard and deep, but she still baked pies on Saturday nights for anyone in need. There was a soldier home from Jackson, a widow dressed in gray, a boy whose daddy drank too much, but she loved him anyway. She'd pour sweet tea like mercy into jelly jars at noon, and hum some old-time gospel song a little out of tune. At Mrs. Allen's Sunday table, there was grace in every chair. Love came past in a chip blue bowl, and everybody found some there. The years went by like wagon wheels, the town grew tired and thin. The mill shut down, the school bell cracked, and strangers all moved in. But I kept her handwritten recipe folded in my Bible page, and when I feed my children now, I hear her gentle ways. At Mrs. Allen's Sunday table, there was grace in every chair. Love came past in a chip blue bowl, and everybody found some there. No fancy words, no silver plates, just bowed heads and honest prayer. At Mrs. Allen's Sunday table, the whole town gathered there, and I still smell Sunday biscuits when the church bells fill the air. on the fence post by the road. It's been there through the seasons, since the winter long ago. Every time I pass that way, a memory comes to stay. That jacket on the fence post still waves when the wind blows by. That jacket on the fence post, like a long goodbye. You wore it every Saturday, working fields from dawn till dark. Now the cotton rows are silent, but I still know where you are. Some folks leave without a sound, yet their footprints stay around. That jacket on the fence post still waves when the wind blows by. That jacket on the fence post, like a long goodbye. The colors faded years ago, but not the love I used to know. That jacket on the fence post still catches my eye today. That jacket on the fence post never blew away. The wind remembers every name. Have you seen that white horse by the creek at evening time, standing where the water bends beneath the pines? The sun goes down, the shadows grow, and memories begin to show. That white horse near the creek still watches day turn gold. That white horse near the creek, like the stories we were told. Grandpa used to point and smile as we'd drive the old dirt track, saying some things never change and always find their way back. Though the years Some sights never leave your eyes. That white horse near the creek still watches day turn gold. That white horse near the creek, like the stories we were told. I see him there when daylight fades, guarding all our yesterdays. That white horse near the creek still stands against the sky. That white horse near the creek, as the seasons wander by. The creek keeps flowing past the years. Do you ever miss a road that never really left your heart? There's a stretch of gravel south of town where the pine trees softly sway. Golden sunlight through the branches, just like yesterday. Every mile still brings me back to the days I used to know. The dust along Magnolia Road still follows where I go, through old memories and faded dreams, more than you'll ever know. The dust along Magnolia Road laughs deep inside my soul. An old truck parked beside the creek, a radio playing low. Summer winds and laughter in the fields of gold. Though the years keep rolling by, some things never go. The dust along Magnolia Road still follows where I go, through old memories and faded dreams, more than you'll ever know. The dust along Magnolia Road lives deep inside my soul. Time can change the town around me, paint new names on every store, but in my mind that old road waits just like before. The dust along Magnolia Road still follows where I go, through old memories and faded dreams, more than you'll ever know. The dust along Magnolia Road dust that never left my old hat. That old hat rode 1,000 miles through little towns and country smiles, past weathered barns and fields of hay, where simple dreams were made to stay. The road grows long, but home stays near. Leave a little dust on my old hat. It's where my heart keeps coming back. Some roads end, but love won't fade. In the little life we always made. A front porch swing, a cooling breeze, summer humming through the trees, your laughter drifting down the lane, like sunshine after every rain. Every passing year feels like yesterday. If tomorrow calls my name, I'll smile before I go, 'cause every mile I ever loved still lives on these old roads. Leave a little dust on my old hat. It's where my heart keeps coming back. When evening falls and shadows grow, home is the only place I'll ever know. That old hat still fits just right. Did that morning train ever bring you back home? It rolled beneath the rising sun, past fields where we were young. I tipped my hat and watched it fade, with every promise that we made. Some dreams leave town, some never do. Ride that morning train back to yesterday, where love was waiting at the end of every day. If you hear my name carried by the wind, ride that morning train back to Willow. The station's quiet now at dawn, but memories still linger on. I hear that whistle now and then, calling me back home again. Miles may come and go, love still finds its way. One more ride, one more smile, I'd gladly trade 1,000 miles. Ride that morning train in Willow. The whistle still echoes through the pines. Have you walked those old porch steps after the rain? The fields were washed in morning light. The air was cool, the sky so bright. Your hand found mine without a word. Just robins singing could be heard. Some days never leave, they just live inside. Meet me where the porch steps dry, underneath that country sky. Love was simple, love was true. Every road led back to you. The old swing moved with every breeze. The oak trees whispered through the leaves. Your smile warmed the autumn air, like you'd always find me there. Though the years have flown, that feeling stays. I still slow down every time that gravel road comes into view. Some places hold a heart forever, just like you. Meet me where the porch steps dry, underneath that country sky. Love was simple, love was true. Every road led back to you. If tomorrow never comes, I'll remember all we knew. Meet me where the porch steps dry, I'll be waiting there for you. The rain is gone, the memories remain. Who left that worn-out hymn book lying on the dashboard in the sun? It rode beside my father through 100 country miles, past cotton fields and feed stores, past white fences and wood piles. The pages smelled like cedar and the cover cracked with age, with Mama's name in pencil on the faded inside page. We take the road to Sunday with the windows rolled down low, while the church bell crossed the valley like a song from long ago. I never knew a simple hard roads, one Sunday at a time. Daddy sang the bass part soft when the highway stretched ahead. Mama watched the sunrise turn the fields to golden red. My sister slept beside me with her ribbon coming loose, and I traced the roads on window glass with my little Sunday shoes. We'd stop by Miller's pasture, where the blacktop turned to clay, and wave at every neighbor like we had all day. Now the car is gone and Mama's gone, and Daddy's hands are still, but that old book keeps singing when the evening air turns chill. There's a hymn book on the dashboard and a prayer in every line. It carried us through hard roads, one Sunday at a time. Beneath some winter coats, with pressed leaves from October and a few forgotten notes. I laid it in my pickup where the morning light could fall, and for a moment I was riding with the ones I miss most of all. There's a hymn book on the dashboard and a prayer in every line. It carried us through hard roads, one Sunday at a time. There's a hymn book on the dashboard, and it still brings them near when I take the road through home again and softly disappear. That worn-out book is open where the old road meets the sun. Springtime by the little creek below, the meadow larks would wake us with the songs they used to know. Wildflowers filled the hillside, morning kissed the ground. Life was measured by the way those little birds would sound. Every April brings me back where I belong. When the meadowlarks came back, so did yesterday. Every note they carried took my cares away. I can hear them calling across those open skies when the meadowlarks came back. So so did my old life. The fields are growing quieter, and faces fade with time, but those familiar melodies still echo through my mind. I close my eyes and smile like I always do. Some songs belong forever to the hearts that knew. Heaven must sound something like those country mornings when the meadowlarks came back. So did yesterday. Every note they carried took my cares away. I can hear them calling across those open skies when the meadowlarks came back. So did my old life. If I ever lose my way out where the highways run, I'll follow those old voices until my journey's done. When the meadowlarks came back, so did yesterday. Every note they carried took my cares away. I can hear them calling across those open skies when the meadowlarks came back. So did my whole life. Spring always remembers. Have you ever stayed awake past midnight, listening to the radio's fading light, searching through the static and the sound for a voice that once turned your world around? The station came in clear on summer nights, across the fields, beneath the moonlit sky. Every song seemed written just for me, back when life was still a mystery. The dial keeps turning through the years, but some songs still bring back tears. One more song on the radio before the night is gone. One more memory drifting back to where my heart belongs. I remember sitting on the porch alone, watching headlights disappear down the road. The crickets sang their old familiar tune, country songs floated beneath the moon. Every lyric carried someone's story. Every chorus held a piece of glory. And somehow in those melodies I found exactly who I used to be. The world keeps changing day by day, but those old songs still know the way. One more song on the radio before the night is gone. One more memory drifting back to where my heart belongs. Maybe that's why music never dies. It keeps old dreams alive inside, and every note becomes a bridge somehow between who we were and who we are now. One more song on the radio, still playing soft and low, like a friend from long ago who never really let go. One more song on the radio, and suddenly I find yesterday still waiting there, somewhere between the lines. Tonight I'll leave the radio on a little longer.
Have you ever stared at an old photograph, trying to bring back the echoes of the past? There's one above the fireplace at home that never lets me feel alone. It shows us standing in a field of gold before our hair turned gray and our hands grew old. The summer sun was shining bright that day, and somehow it never fades away. A single picture can hold so much of the people and places we once loved. That photograph above the fireplace still brings a smile to my face. Though the years have come and gone, the memory lives on. I remember the truck parked by the barn, and the way you held my arm. The harvest fields stretched beyond the hill, frozen forever, standing still. Sometimes on quiet evenings after dark, I sit and let those memories spark, like embers glowing softly in the night, keeping yesterday
day alive. The older that I grow, the more I see how precious simple things can be. That photograph above the fireplace still brings a smile to my face. Though the years have come and gone, the memory lives on. Maybe that's why we save these little frames, to protect the stories and the names of the people who helped shape our lives long after time rolls by. That photograph above the fireplace still hangs where it's always been, like a window to another world I can visit now and then. That photograph above the fireplace still warms my soul somehow, and every time I look at it, they're all together now. And the firelight still dances across that picture frame. Do you ever wish one summer could last forever? The river rolled behind the mill, slow beneath the sun. Barefoot boys and fishing lines, back when life was young. Those days slip by so easy, like water through our hands. Down the river behind Henderson Mill, my memories still run. Through the summer days we thought would stay forever in the sun. Down the river behind Henderson Mill, that's where my heart belongs. The willow trees lean to the shore, the old rope swung so high. We chased the daylight till it faded from the painted sky. The years may keep on moving, but some moments never end. Down the river behind Henderson Mill, my memories still run. Through the summer days we thought would stay forever in the sun. Down the river behind Henderson Mill, that's where my heart belongs. Now the water keeps on flowing like it always used Every time I close my eyes, that river pulls me through. Down the river behind Henderson Mill, my memories still run. Through the summer days we thought would stay forever in the sun. Down the river behind Henderson Mill, that's where my heart belongs. Down the river behind Henderson Mill, I'm still that boy at dawn, where the river keeps rolling on. Do you miss those summer nights on that old porch swing? Fireflies and whippoorwills made the whole world sing. The coffee cooled, the stars came out, the sky was painted gold. Every story that you told still warms me from the cold. Time moves slow inside my mind when I leave those days behind. Rock with me one more time till the moon climbs high above that old porch swing. Still holds on to our simple kind of love. The screen door sighs, the breeze rolls in just like it used to do. The old oak tree still shades the yard where I first danced with you. The night grows still, the crickets play their old familiar song. That's the place my heart still goes when the days get long. Every dream still finds its way back to yesterday. Rock with me one more time till the moon climbs high above that old porch swing. Still holds on to our simple kind of love. When my road is finally done and evening fills the sky, save a place out on that swing where love will never die. Rock with me one more time till the moon climbs high above that old porch swing. Still holds on to our simple kind of love. swing still rocks tonight.
Do you remember that red pickup by the grain mill? Parked beside the road, halfway up the hill. Its paint was fading underneath the summer sun, but it carried more stories than anyone. Every Saturday we'd drive into town, passing cornfields stretching all around. The radio played songs we knew by heart, and every mile felt like a fresh start. Funny how the smallest things remain long after everything has changed. That red pickup by the grain mill still rides through my mind like an old country melody that time couldn't leave behind. The county roads were rough and full of dust, but we never cared. We trusted luck and trust. We'd stop for pie at Maggie's little place, where everybody knew each other's face. The truck is gone, and so are many friends, but some memories never reach their end. They linger softly like the evening breeze, moving gently through the sycamore trees. The years keep rolling down the line, but yesterday is never far behind. That red pickup by the grain mill still rides through my mind like an old country melody that time couldn't leave behind. Maybe happiness was never grand. Maybe it was simply where we'd stand on dusty roads beneath the setting sun, knowing we already had enough. That red pickup by the grain mill still carries yesterday, though the road has carried me away, its memory remains. That red pickup by the grain mill still rolls through every dream, like a chapter from a simpler life, more precious than it seemed. And I still
hear that engine on the evening wind.
Do you remember that old wooden floor? Saturday night, the band played slow, and we danced till closing time. The years moved on, the song stayed here. One last dance at the VFW hall. One more turn around the room, just you and me, like we never said goodbye. One last dance before the music fades. The neon sign is dimmer now, the parking lot ain't full, but I still hear that steel guitar. Every time I pass through town, and I still see your smile. Some nights return without a sound. One last dance at the VFW hall. One more turn around the room, just you and me, like we never said goodbye. One last dance before the music fades. If memories had jukeboxes, I'd play this one again and hold you just a little longer than I did back then. One last dance at the VFW hall. One more turn around the room, just you and me, beneath those yellow lights. One last dance before the music fades. The band is gone, but I still hear the song.
Did you ever see the morning rise through blue smoke on the hill? Daddy had the pickup warming by the old corn crib at dawn. Mama packed a flour sack lunch before the rooster carried on. The back road bent through pasture land where the cedar shadows lay, and Ashland Hill stood quiet at the breaking of the day. There was frost along the fence wire, there was coffee on the stove, there were hymn books on the dashboard from the little church we drove. I was young enough to wonder why the old folks looked so still when the sunlight touched the chimney smoke above that lonesome hill. Blue smoke over Ashland Hill, take me where the world stood still, where love was plain and hearts were true, and every road led back to you. Grandma kept a garden there with beans upon the vine. Grandpa wore his Sunday hat and never rushed the time. We'd hear the screen door sighing as the dinner bell would ring, and the old radio by the window made the whole house sing. There were biscuits wrapped in linen, there were boots beside the chair, there were stories in the lamplight hanging soft upon the air. Now the barn roof leans toward evening, and the fields have lost their hand, but I still hear those voices calling from that weathered piece of land. Blue smoke over Ashland Hill, take me where the world stood still, where love was plain and hearts were true, and every road led back to you. I drove out there last autumn when the leaves were turning brown. The mailbox had no number and the gate was falling down, but I stood beside that chimney with my hat held in my hand, and I thank the Lord for giving me a place to understand. Blue smoke over Ashland Hill, take me where the world stood still, where every tear and every mile can rest a little while. Blue smoke over Ashland Hill, I can see it rising still, where love was plain and hearts were true, and every road led back to you. And somewhere past the morning fog, that old smoke's drifting still. Do you still hear those old hymns drifting through the morning air from the little white church, standing quiet over there? The paint is worn, the years rode by, but some songs never die. That empty church on Sunday still fills my heart with grace. That empty church on Sunday feels like a sacred place. Mama sang beside the window, Daddy bowed his head in prayer. Now the pews sit in the silence, but I still feel them there. Time may take the ones we love, not the faith they left us of. That empty church on Sunday still fills my heart with grace. That empty church on Sunday feels like a sacred place. When the morning sunlight falls across those wooden walls, I don't feel alone. That empty church on Sunday still calls my name somehow. That empty church on Sunday, and I can hear it now. The bell still rings inside my mind. Who kept that old lantern blowing through the night? The cattle settled in the field, the evening gave a quiet feel. The crickets played their gentle song, and somehow home was all alone. Every little light showed the way back home. That lantern glowed all night like a star beside the door. It said, "You're always welcome," like it did before. No matter where I'd roam, no matter how far I'd go, that lantern glowed all night, so I'd always know. Mama humming in the kitchen, Daddy smiling by the fire. The coffee warmed the chilly air. Love was everything right there. Time may carry us, but love stays behind. Now I carry that same light deep within my heart. Some old flames never fade, though we're miles apart. That lantern glowed all night like a star said, "You're always welcome," like it did before. If heaven has a front porch with a warm and gentle glow, I know I'll find my family where that lantern always shone. Some lights never really go out. Do you remember that general store at Pine Creek, where folks stop by almost every day of the week? The wooden floorboards creaked beneath their feet, and every stranger got a friendly greet. The shelves were lined with jars and old supplies, while sunlight danced through dusty window light. The owner knew exactly what you'd need before you'd even say a thing indeed. Back then the world seemed close and small, and somehow that meant everything at all. The general store at Pine Creek still lives inside my soul, like a place where time stood still and never let me go. Farmers gathered near the pot-bellied stove, sharing stories only neighbors know. The bulletin board was covered wall to wall with local news and notices for all. The smell of leather mixed with fresh cut wood, and every visit somehow felt so good. You never left without a laugh or smile, or standing there and talking for a while. The building's old and weathered now, but the memory still somehow. That general store at Pine Creek still lives inside my soul, like a place where time stood still and never let me go. Some places teach you what community means, without fancy words or grander schemes, just kindness shared from day to day in simple and familiar ways. That general store at Pine Creek still stands in memory, like an old country song passed through the family. That general store at Pine Creek will always feel like home, no matter where life takes me or how far I may roam. And I still hear that screen door closing behind me. that old dirt road at sunset. We chased the evening through the fields with worn-out boots and spinning wheels. The wind would carry your sweet name, and nothing ever felt the same. Time kept rolling on, but my heart stayed there. Take me back to the road where we belonged, where every mile felt like an old love song. If I could turn one sunset into dawn, I'd find you there on the road where we belonged. That old fence is standing still beyond the creek and over the hill. The years may fade like autumn skies, but not the love behind your eyes. Every dusty mile still leads me home. Some memories never leave, they only learn to hide. Then one old country highway brings them back tonight. Take me back to the road where we belong, where every mile felt like an old love song. If heaven keeps the things we're dreaming of, I'll meet you there where we first fell in love. The sunset still knows our name.